Every single day, you're bombarded with content saying that maybe if you just want it bad enough, maybe if you visualize more, maybe if you catch the right wave of inspiration, then you will materialize your dream reality. We've built $1 billion commodity on inspiration. But if inspiration and motivation were the key to getting everything you wanted in life, some of the most successful people would be the people who consume the most motivational content. Instead, those are the people who are stuck in some of the most stagnant loops. The people who actually reach their highest goals and shift their reality are the people who understand something that these inspiration and manifestation coaches aren't telling you. They understand that motivation and inspiration are temporary and they are designed to be temporary. If you've been feeling like you want to give up on your dreams and desires because that initial spark is gone, I'm going to show you why that drop in energy is mathematical proof that you are on the right path. Let's start with the geometry of a wave. In your mind, when you conceive a dream or desire, you are always going to start your mental journey at the zenith, at the peak of the wave. Why is it so easy to sit in your room and journal and visualize about your dreams? Because in doing that, you introduce no physical energy to the process. It's zero resistance. You don't have to fight. You have all the motivation and inspiration here because it cost you nothing to hold it. But if we look at the physics of what's happening here, you will begin to understand what motivation is and why it is temporary. The massive distance between where your body sits right now and your dream or desire is what creates this potential difference. And that potential difference, if you know anything about energy, is what creates that pressure. That pressure to you is motivation and inspiration. If you think anything about voltage, it's the difference between 2 points, two polarities. The further they are apart, the more pressure it creates, the more energy it creates. But it's not sustainable because it's just potential. It's raw, unmanifested energy just sitting, waiting to be grounded. Now, why motivation is temporary is because as soon as you begin to walk that path, that pressure drops. As soon as you move from this origin point, that pressure will drop. That motivation will not be as potent as it was when you were just sitting with no resistance. The exact microsecond you transition from thinking to executing, that current hits the physical, dense 3D reality. And what happens to your feelings? The motivation drops. The initial optimism is gone. You begin to question, is this for me? Should I do this? Am I taking the wrong path? The distance between you and your goal begins to look wider, uglier, and more unattainable than it did before you took action. That drop in energy is mandatory. You are transitioning from potential to kinetic energy. You are grounding a high frequency energy into a dense 3D reality. That drop in energy is not failure, it is just proof that you are conducting. It is proof that you are transitioning the high energy into dense 3D reality. You are experiencing the friction of a real world transformation. Why do most people get stuck here? It's because they're resisting the process itself. We live in a culture that is obsessed with instant results. We want to be seen at the finish line. We want to be seen with the dream business, the dream apartment, the completed masterpiece. But the universe does not operate in that way. The journey is 99.9% of reality. The scariest part, the resistance that most humans want to resist, is being seen trying. They don't want to be seen in the middle, they don't want to be seen messing up. Humans resist the actual process. The journey is about embracing the raw, unedited, unmanifested portion of life, and that is 99.9% of it. When you resist the journey and you resist being seen in a journey, you are introducing a massive resistance to your life. You are stopping the current, you are stopping the flow of pure energy. As soon as that energy flows through that resistance, whether it be doubt, fear, being scared of being judged or being seen, you dilute the current, you stop it. It doesn't even make it all the way back through the circuit. You don't even get to your dreams because you have halted the energy. You burn out the battery before it can even reach the light bulb. You don't give it a chance. So, the actual key to getting everything you wanted is dropping the resistance and embracing the journey. It's embracing the messy middle. It's embracing being seen at a state of unfinished, unmanifested potential. The moment you look at your reality and say and accept that I am okay being seen starting from scratch, I am okay being seen doing whatever it takes to reach my goals, you sustain the vessel. You drop the internal resistance to zero and allow the current to flow through your reality. In Ohm's law, again, when resistance reaches zero, because resistance is the bottleneck, when resistance reaches zero, voltage is actually allowed to be turned into more current. That means the energy is able to move faster around the circuit, it's able to go back to the origin, it's able to make it to the desire. Basically, what that means is you're pulling that energy from the peak and you're grounding it. And you're able to ground more when resistance is dropped to zero. So you're able to get to your desires quicker. The journey through takes months, sometimes years of daily, unglamorous, consistent action. But the actual manifestation, the final actualization happens in a second. A sudden flash, you work through the circuit, the highs and lows, you maintain your core axis, and then in a sudden flash, you are at your dream spot in your reality. That is what people call a quantum leap, but it is just you reaching the final point. It's you grounding every piece of that potential energy into kinetic energy down into the physical reality. So stop chasing the scam of instant results. Stop hiding in the safety of being hidden. Allow yourself to be seen in the journey. Allow yourself to be seen in the process, because majority of life is the process. Step into the light, drop your resistance, embrace it, and let the circuit finish and complete the loop. Let life move. Let energy move. Don't be the resistor.